Minister, you're welcome again to the House. I totally support everything that Senator Maloney's after saying there. In that, I do know that most of the people that lost jobs as a result of the crash, that were all involved in construction, they all want to work. They genuinely do want to work, and they want to do anything it takes to get a job. But I mentioned to the Minister for Education here last week about a situation in my own area where a young fellow who was on the dole long term, 2 years on the dole, and he decided at night time to study 2 subjects that he failed in the Leaving Cert, and he studied at home, and he went to the UK to do a GCSE exam for 1 day to pass the 2 exams that would qualify him for a course in engineering. And he wanted to apply for the Back to Education allowance, and he was told that he wasn't going to get the Back to Education allowance because he wasn't long enough out of mainstream education, just because he goes away to do 1 exam for 1 day. And the reality is here, in effect what we're doing is we're saying, we're not going to give you the Back to Education allowance, but we're going to just leave you on the dole. That's what we're actually saying. So, Minister, I know that the one-stop shop scenario is supposed to be a catch-all, and it's supposed to be a system that works, and I fully support it. But they'd also want to be less bureaucracy attached to it. And that's a clear example of where people should have the power to use their discretion. This guy wants to further educate himself, and he wants to get a job, which he eventually will, if he's let do it. But the system, and I spoke to a social welfare officer yesterday, she told me it is a tick-box scenario. You have to tick the boxes to qualify. And this is just an example of where it's nonsense by ticking the boxes. So I hope, Minister, that you allow them or tell them that they have a certain degree of discretion, because at the end of the day, we're not going to lose money on that, by using discretion.